I've traveled thousands of kilometers to be here, to experience a way of life that's remained unchanged for centuries.
Welcome to my crib.
I'm buckling up myself to show you everything I can about this tribe and this community.
What's that? I don't think I can make it.
Things that you've probably only imagined
They
existed.
just have a piece of skin.
But I am ready to face reality. My name is Hadzabe, and this is Indigenous Cultures.
I hope tomorrow is gonna be much better.
Are we gonna last 24 hours? I'm
Maybe
not
then
sure,
3
but
people is okay,
let's
yeah.
see how this is gonna work.
Deep in the heart of Tanzania, in the middle of untouched wilderness, lies an extraordinary culture that has thrived for thousands of years. And this land continues to stay true to its tribal history. To immerse myself in their way of life, it meant living closer and setting a camp right alongside their shelters, creating a sense of unity and shared experience. I had to be ready for a wild experience ahead.
Sweating.
This is going to be an adventure of a lifetime. Okay, so it's time for us to set tents for us, where we are going to be sleeping at night, and it seems like this is the place that we decided, or they chose for us, where we are going to stay. The Hadzabe live in these houses, built of a few branches and covered with grass. But behind you can see some of the little houses around here, and this is basically how the house looks like on the inside.
They just have a piece of skin, and that's exactly where they live.
The Hadzabe live a nomadic life, and these are the kind of houses that they live in. It makes it easy for them to move between one place to another, and also it's not that hard to build. And I'll show you exactly how they do it. These branches have to be chopped so that they are used as a base for the house before they cover it up with different types of plants. Even when the rain comes, it doesn't get to go inside. I'll show you how the whole process works, from the beginning of how they start building the house to the end of how the house is gonna look like after it's done. So they did like a circle up here, and the circle is gonna be the size of the house, and therefore they're digging holes so they can put the sticks which act as a base, and then later they'll continue with the rest of the things. The Hadzabe women are responsible for this. They are skillful, strong, and talented. So what's so interesting for me is that all this is done without using a single piece of rope. I mean, how do they connect all of this into a way that everything connects together in this place? Like, that's just fascinating. With their teamwork, they can make this construction possible in less than 3 hours. And the resulting shelter looks like a bird's nest, closer and at a distance.
That's a bush sisal. And I think they're using now the bush sisal because they kind of like want to tie it up so that it gets to be quite strong. And that's what they're doing right now. They're helping each other so that they're able to close it up to make it stronger.
I was a bit curious to understand why the men do not involve themselves in this activity. And when I asked, they said, well, this might not be everywhere. It's a custom and it's part of their culture that women are responsible for building houses. So most of the time they have sisal, wild sisal to which they place in between these branches that they've placed around. But because we are here during the dry season, so there is no that much of green leaves that they can use for building the house. However, they've found an alternative in which it's these plants that you see here that they've gone outside to go and take them all the way here, and they're going to use this to cover the house up. And basically, as they're building the house, you can see they have this section around here, and this is actually the entrance of the house itself. So I can't wait to see on how the house is gonna look like after they're done. Wow, it's amazing how all this is coming to life right now. I mean, it already starts to look like an actual house that a Hadza person would be staying.
From getting the branches, digging the holes, building a frame and covering it with leaves, houses just like this have sustained this tribe for several thousand years. There was no space for us in the same places, so we had to set tents, living close to them to understand more about their way of life for the next few days.
Let me know if you have any idea what this guy was talking about. Okay, Hadzabe, welcome to your house.
So this is my friend who helped us get here, and man,
If there was one thing this day has left me with, is an overwhelming sense of respect and gratitude.
and these are yoga mats. We'll be using this to sleep on them.
Their way of life, their traditions, and their deep connection with the land is a true testament of humanity's ancient ways of living. This all makes me excited about what tomorrow is going to hold.
It's the end of the first day. I'll basically be sleeping here.
Ali,
Aritel as ikate bawa akanaben go noko tafa
Tofa, Tafa,
ikate bawa
Jamal.
jamarate
Yeah.
okuwa go noko tafa
Tafa. Tafa.
Dadi ako ko afatan ng ada kakakot.
tumezeka hapa kwenye kwani tuna